So Stephen A. Smith is once again lying about LeBron James and absolutely gawking Michael Jordan. Let's get into it. So Stephen A. Smith was on the Balls Brother podcast. Shout out to the Ball Brothers. Shout out Lonzo. Shout out Leangelo. You feel me? Doing their thing over there. Um, and they asked him about LeBron James, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, that now that we know that Stephen A. has a problem with LeBron James, do you think this is going to be a fair critique? Let me know before we even get into the video. Do you think he's going to give LeBron a fair shake? Let's see.
Would tell you it's Steph.
LeBron is stat padding to be the GOAT.
I'm doubling down on that. Who the hell don't know that? But by the way, I don't mean it. Listen, I'm not saying it in a negative way that it's embraced. When you exist this long,
Stephen A. Smith is like he's a top tier, S tier gaslighter. How do you call somebody a stat pattern that's trying to reach GOAT status through what you're saying, empty calorie stats, and then being like, but I'm not saying it in a way to disrespect him or discredit him? That's exactly how you're saying it. What are you talking about? That's exactly what you're doing. LeBron James is not stat padding because he's really good when he's old. He's still a really good player. It's not just out there compiling stats. He's still efficient. Still one of the best passers in the league. Still one of the best playmakers. Still a very efficient scorer. That's not stat padding when you're just good. He's just good. At 40, he's just good. It's not stat padding. Let's continue.
all right, and you're still playing. We don't look at the Lakers and see a championship team. You ain't beating Oklahoma City. You ain't beating Denver. I don't think you're beating Houston with 4 dudes starting at 6'11" or above. After watching Wembanyama last night, you might not be San Antonio. I mean, I'm looking at these things and I'm saying, okay, well, you know, you're in your 23rd year. You understand? And you accumulating all of these stats. You know, you're the all-time leading scorer now. You pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You're going to your 21st All-Star game. You're doing this. You're doing that. Fine. Because you ain't winning another league MVP. That ain't going to happen. All right? You ain't winning another finals. That ain't happening. So you there because you're going to accumulate these numbers. And by the way, he deserves it. Go get it.
Bro, this is so dumb. He's still playing because he's still really good. And hopefully what he hopes is that the Lakers can construct a roster around him and another star, now be a Luka Doncic, that's good enough to compete for a championship. But he's fulfilling his obligation as being a really good player. What is Stephen A. got to get that hate out his heart for this man? Because nowadays, when Stephen A. Smith gets to talking about LeBron, it's just illogical. All logic just leaves the room immediately. So because LeBron can't win, this is basically what it's saying. Because LeBron James can't win a championship immediately on the team he's on, why is he playing? That's basically what he's saying. Oh, he can't win right now. But if LeBron were to request a trade, you would say he's ring chasing. So where's the win? Where's the win? If he requested a trade to try to go be on a very competitive team, you would just say he's ring chasing, trying to get to 6 to catch Michael Jordan. That would be what you would say then. Right now, he's on the team, just playing very well and hoping that the team can construct a roster around him to compete for a championship. Now he's just accumulating empty stats and stat padding. You can't have it both ways, bro. You can't have it both ways, man. Let's continue.
And get paid, too. Because I think the $52.6 million that he opted in for, LeBron is worth more than that. He's worth every penny, all right? Give him his money. But along the way, just understand that it don't buy you GOAT status. You're not getting that.
So who's your GOAT?
Michael Jordan.
Unquestioned.
Without question. I've been saying that since the man retired, and ain't a damn person changed my mind.
Top 3.
Top 3 all time? Okay. I would tell you Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Can we say why you think MJ's the GOAT?
Okay.
Mind you, that is a lot of people's top 3, by the way. Just to be fair, that's a lot of people's top 3. That's not mine personally, but that is a lot of people's top 3. So, I guess.
6 NBA Finals MVPs, never allowed the game to go to a game 7 of an NBA Finals, 10-time scoring champion, 9-time All-NBA defensive first team player, steals champion, former
When they do this, like, do they not understand that when you just point to a whole bunch of accolades, that's not how Michael Jordan wins the argument? So we're just going to forget about what Bill Russell did. Kareem has a lot of accolades. Yeah, I don't know what never allowed a game 7 means when he's literally lost series. So you're saying of the series he wins, he didn't go to 7 games? Whoop-de-damn-do. He's lost. So who cares? We've also recently found out that Michael Jordan DPOY fake it in a brawny NBA player chain. So what does that mean? You were faking talking about, ironically enough, talk about compiling empty stats when Chicago stat keepers were boosting MJ's numbers live and in action, giving him extra steals and blocks. Literally. My goodness. Talk about the man's game, not his basketball reference page. We all can do that.
Defensive Player of the Year award winner. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Oh, by the way, played all 82 games about 7 to 8 times. Really? That's what we really having this kind of discussion? That we gonna really sit here as people who have watched tape, who have watched Michael Jordan play, knowing the culture that exists in the NBA and how it's changed. And by the way, I don't mean this in a negative way in terms of softness, but the game is called softer. I'm giving you facts.
But the skill is higher, though.
That's fine, but let me tell you why you can't use that as an excuse. If I can hurt you, I can compromise you. In other words,
Oh my goodness, brother. Oh my goodness. Why do they think that's a good point? Why do they think that makes sense? Number one, it's a lie. We've literally gone back here on this channel. Make sure you check that description, hit the link to the playback room and join. During the offseason, we watched nothing but 80s and 90s basketball. It is not as physical as they try to pretend it was, bruh. It was like a couple teams. Detroit, the Knicks, throw in to Miami. Man, niggas is running up and down the court unimpeded. Just because there's a hard foul every 3 games or so, a hard flagrant, doesn't mean the regular basketball play was out there just rugby. They try to make that seem like they was out there just footballing it up. Secondly, that doesn't make you a good basketball player because, oh, I can hurt you. It just means I can't play defense work shit. That's not a point to make. Oh my goodness.
like for example,
But actually, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
So let's say, for example, when Steph Curry first came into the league, man, when he had those ankle injuries and stuff like that, you understand that back in the day, he wouldn't have been able to do but so much. You understand that back in the day, they would have tripped him. You understand they stepped on his foot. They done all types of stuff. They got away with everything, you know, because they weren't as protective of the stars as they are now.
Bro, what is he talking about? If you go back and watch the games, they weren't even really guarding people past the three-point line. He's talking about what they finna do to Curry. Can you imagine Mark Eden trying to switch out on Steph? What are we talking about? Oh my goodness, we would have tripped him. Mind you, in that Dream Team documentary, funny enough, he said they don't protect the stars. In the Dream Team documentary, there's a clip of Magic, Bird, and Michael taking a picture of each other. Magic and Larry are already on the set. MJ walks on the set to get in the picture, and Magic Johnson says, "Hey, you know you can't come too close to MJ. That's a foul." Literally says it in the document. He says it. Talking about protecting star. Y'all need to go back and see some of the calls Michael Jordan used to get. You could not touch Mike. Literally. We talk about all these grifters and foul merchants now because of the free throw attempts. Y'all know how many games Michael Jordan was shooting 15, 18, 20, 22 free throws? Man.
You were hand checking. You could body cats up. What you would get ejected for and suspended for a week now was a foul back in the day. The road to prosperity has to be taken into consideration.
So what if I tell you this, though?
Sure.
If you take Bron and put him on them Bulls teams, they still have 6 rings.
I would challenge that.
You would challenge that?
Yes. Let me tell you why I would challenge it. I agree with you if you're taking LeBron from the time that he won against OKC and he won his first title. I get to look at the 7 previous years.
But when did Jordan win?
I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about.
That is what you're talking about. Is this nigga stupid in real time? Wait a minute. Wait. No, wait. Y'all know what's hilarious? I'm almost 95% sure Michael Jordan and LeBron James won their first title the same age. I'm almost, matter of fact, let's see. Let's see. Here's Michael Jordan. First championship in 91. He was 27 years old. Right here. LeBron James, first championship in 11-12. He was 27 years old. They both won their first chip at 27 years old. But you know what the argument would be is that, so would you then argue what MJ would have won the one where LeBron was 22 with that Cavs team? Because MJ was just routinely beating teams that were better than him, right? No, by the way. No, he wasn't. Just by the way. That was a sarcastic question. If MJ's team wasn't better than the other team's team, he was getting beat and sent home routinely. That's what was happening. Yes, it was rhetorical. Thank you. If MJ's team wasn't better than the opposing team, he was getting sent home routinely. Couldn't beat the bad boy Pistons. Couldn't beat the Celtics. Couldn't beat the Bucks.
About heart. You see, you got to remember something, fellas. We got to see. You can't go here because I'm not going to run.
Go there because I firmly believe there's some players that you put in the 90s. Like I know you seen Wembanyama last night.
Oh yeah. There's no.
What does he look like in the 90s?
There's no answer. You want me to tell you what happened to him? Want me to tell you what happened to him?
He's shooting it over them.
Remember when he had what happened to him last year?
He got into some blood clots.
That would have happened to him. That's what it would do.
What? They would have gave him blood clots. Is he serious right now? They would have gave him a medical condition. I can't. Oh my goodness. These old niggas. They would have gave him a blood clot. Bumper clot. Are we serious right now? This is insane. How do you plan on giving somebody a blood clot? How do you even do that? They would have figured out how to give him a blood clot. Are we serious right now? Oh my word. They say this dumb shit with their whole chest out. What Stephen A. dumb ass didn't even realize he asked for the injury thinking, oh, Wemby must have got hurt because he just knew Wemby didn't finish the games. Didn't know it was a medical condition and not an actual injury, but he had to go along with the bit anyway because that's what his response would have been. Oh, they would have hurt him. If that's your answer to everything, that just proves the players today are better. If that's your answer, oh, they would have put him out the game. They would have illegally fouled him and hurt him and gave him a blood clot.
And then back in the day, they'd have found a way. That's what they did. They
just would have found a way to give him a blood. Does he hear himself?
Just telling you, you had cats that had a license to assault you. It was a different game. But let me get back to your. Let me get back to your point. So, LeBron is a total package kind of player. 6'9", 260, post you up, do all of these other things. See, y'all want to ignore how you lost to Dallas. You don't get to do that.
I don't ignore it, but
Hold on, wait a minute.
I think he should have won that, honestly.
Time out.
That's probably his only fault on his resume.
That's fine, but understand the importance of that fault. Here's why. You didn't have a bad game. You were scared. It was the fourth quarter of 4 consecutive games of an NBA Finals. Unquestionably, the greatest player in the world went 4 games scoring 4 points or less in the fourth quarter with J.J. Barea and Jason Terry guarding him. There is.
And we're still saying this dumb shit in big 2025. Yes, LeBron James should have played better in that Dallas series. Nobody will ever excuse that. However, do you know what Dallas was doing? Running a defense that was quite literally illegal in Jordan's time. They were running a lot of zone. That would have been illegal defense during Jordan's time. There's a clip going around, y'all. Hey, let's watch this possession. We're going to watch this as a collective. This is a Charles Barkley possession. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Do y'all see how these defenders aren't reacting? They can't react because if they was the collapse the defense on Charles, that'll be illegal defense. Karl Malone, because his man is above the free throw line, has to be above the free throw line until he just all the way flats out double. So this is what a Charles Barkley possession looks like. Okay? That's number one. Number two, here we go. Adrian Dantley, 1987. Here's Adrian Dantley going one-on-one with Kevin McHale. Paint wide open because nobody can help and just already be here 290 because everybody's above the free throw line. Look at all that physicality. Huh? Look at all that physicality. How they talk about that era of basketball is a myth. It's a myth. LeBron James, yes, played poorly against Dallas, should have been better, 1,000%. Very low moment in his career. Cannot deny that. However, going against a defense that was illegal during Jordan's time. Jason Terry and J.J. Barea were not clamping LeBron one-on-one with no help. That's not a thing. Let's continue.
There is no discussion here. There's no discussion here. The point that I'm making to you is this. There's a bigger element to go to here. Everybody has bad games. Hell, you can have a bad series. But when mentally you're warped, now you have to take into consideration the kind of advantage you've given the opposition if they were against you. I am not telling you that the LeBron that won the next year and the year after that, okay, could not be in the GOAT conversation. I'm trying to say that that person that showed up against Dallas, those caliber of players would have never let him overcome those mental, emotional disabilities. I'm answering the question in a fashion to make you say that when you know this better than me, hell, you was at UCLA, bro. You see LaMelo in Charlotte. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know when you got a cat's heart. You know when a cat is scared.
Oh my goodness. So he's saying that Michael Jordan and the players in that era would have just forever controlled LeBron mentally and had his heart. This is the foolishness that just spews out of this man's mouth when it comes to LeBron James. Just utter and complete nonsense. Whoever you have as the GOAT, fair. They both have an argument. I would also say this though. LeBron has put together so many elite years and prime years, more than anybody else, arguably in the history of the sport. Those added on elite years hasn't made up for the one bad final series yet. Really? LeBron being elite in year 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like that doesn't make up for the one bad final series. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. There's no way we're in 2025 still making some of these just dumb LeBron arguments, bro. They would have had his heart. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're just yapping at this point, bro. And it's time for you to just shut up when it comes to LeBron, because you're just illogical and you're biased because you have a disliking for that man in your heart because he punked you on national television. Those are my thoughts about what Stephen A. Smith just had to say. Let me know what you think down below there in the comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click that description. Click all of those links down below that you see there. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter, and make sure you click the link to that playback room where we are streaming games every single night. We actually just saw the Lakers put unfathomable belt on Milwaukee and Giannis, and that was lovely to see. Another 40-point game out of Luka the Don. But until next time, it's been real.